All right, folks, let's have a discussion about worm castings. I get this question a lot, and people always want to know how much am I supposed to use? And normally, more of a good thing is a better thing, but in this case, it's not. Okay? More worm castings is not the answer. So there's a thing inside of worm castings called plant growth regulators, which actually will stunt your plants and inhibit them from growing any larger. So if you're adding too much worm castings, you're like, this stuff doesn't work, it's because you're using too much. There is such a thing as using too much. So, what are my recommendations for using worm castings? First, I would say use what the manufacturer recommends. So, whatever's on the bag and whatever they tell you to use, whatever ratio is on there, go with that. The manufacturer knows the product the best. The second thing I would tell you is that you want to stay under 20%. Okay, there's enough studies out there by, I think it's North Carolina and Ohio State and a bunch of other universities that did tests with worm castings and how many they used. If you stay under 20%, you will stay in the sweet spot of worm castings, where they will produce healthier plants for you, bigger blooms, more colors, better tasting food, stuff like that. But do not go more than 20%. Don't go any higher than that. More is not better. Now, if you're just mixing it in, then I would stay somewhere around 10%, right? Because if you're doing a large raised garden bed, that's going to be a lot of worm castings. They're not cheap. You want them to go longer, so stick on the lower end. You'll still get the benefits, right? Microbes is what we're going after when we're using worm castings, so you'll still get those benefits. So going back to the original question, which was, how much worm castings do I use? It depends. What does the manufacturer say? What is this on the bag? What are the instructions? Follow those. If there's no instructions, then I would say stay under 25% of whatever you're adding. If you're top dressing with worm castings, please don't. Please don't top dress with worm castings. There is hardly any benefits if you do that. You're wasting your money. That's a whole nother topic. But for now, that's it. Hopefully I answered you guys' questions. If you got any more, put them in the comments. I'll be happy to chat. See y'all in the next video. Bye.